So, my car has now gone over 20,000 miles, which is the recommended mileage for which you should have your first inspection for the VW ID3. Now, I've booked in my car for service, and here was my experience. So, with this, the question is the first inspection actually really worth it? Is VW arranged or prepared or even trained the dealership enough to know what to do with the car when it's taken in? Because as far as my experience is concerned, it seemed like everyone was just everywhere and no one really knew what to do with the car in terms of service plan, even to having my service report. Because as at this day that I'm doing this video, which is over 24 hours after the service was done, I still don't have a service report. I called up the day before. I called up yesterday, which is about 3 4 hours after the report was done, or sorry, the service was done, to request for a service report because I have no clue what has actually been done and what has not been done in the car. Yes, I know it's only an inspection, but which should also include an health check. And with that, you want to know, is your brake pads okay? Do you need to change it? Is your battery all right? All those informations would be in the report, but I still don't have it. And instead, they emailed me with an invoice. So I booked in my service last week. Now, the first problem was actually finding out if I was due for a service or not, because the car shows on the system that the service is not due until another 300 and 60 something days. So, but I did some few researches online. So, to cut the long story short, a lot of owners are still very confused as to when you actually need to service your car. Is it at 10,000 miles or 2 years, or is it at 18,000 miles or 2 years, or is it at 20,000 miles or 2 years? But 20,000 miles seemed more reasonable in my opinion, and I saw more of that from more reputable sources. So I decided to just service at 20,000. And upon going to the dealership, they were more with that 20,000, even though one of them said 18, another one said 10,000. But the guy that booked it up, when I called up on the phone, agreed with 20,000. I don't know if that was because I mentioned it or if that was actually what he knew. But anyways, he went ahead to book the service in, and then he gave me a quote for £259.93. Once I got the quote, I asked him about the service plan, and he checked and came back that there is no service plan for the VW ID3, which left me confused. And after this, he then told me that the price is actually now £391 because I needed to change pollen filter and brake fluid.
So this service is £259.96p.
All right.
Just have a look at other things are due. So your pollen filter and your brake fluids would be due as well. So I'm going to add them all together and see how much you're looking at. Unfortunately, there's no service plan for that vehicle, so it's not available for that vehicle. That's why. Sorry, I didn't know that wasn't available for that one. It's only a select few that it's available for. So everything together, you're looking at £391.53p, and that's for your pollen filter, brake fluid, and an inspection service.
All right, so £391. That's a lot more than expected for the for what you. Is that because it's the first one?
So has it popped up on the dashboard saying it's your service? Yeah.
No, because I think that's the funny thing, because I always thought it was 2 years, but then I checked online and I realized it should either be 2 years or 20,000. So, as you would have heard from that response, that sounded more to me like someone who wasn't sure either. He's probably just reading through something on a screen and not sure about it when I asked about the price. Why is it so expensive? I mean, when I got the car, just like everyone else I've seen on forums, we all thought it should be less than £200 to do your service. This is the whole point of electric cars. There's not much to be servicing, and there's no much. It's just a computer being put through to read a lot of things and physically check the car. So let's go back to our conversation. Realized it should either be 2 years or 20,000 miles, whichever comes off. But if you check on the dash, it says 328 days for service.
Right. So why did you think that you should a service?
I mean, that's what I'm saying, because I saw online it says either 20,000 or 200. I mean, or 2 years. So I thought, well, because I've gone over 20.
Oh, so you've gone over 20,000 miles, yeah?
Yeah, remember I said it was 23,000 miles on the car.
Sorry, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And it hasn't popped up saying you do a service?
Nope, it hasn't popped up yet. I mean, I didn't know. Luckily, I checked, but I wasn't sure now. Is the online correct or is the car correct?
It is 20,000 miles, so you should have popped up saying do a service by now.
Yeah,
but you are right. My apologies. You're not due the foreign filter or brake fluids yet, so it would actually be £259 you'd have to pay.
All right, so I won't be due for those ones yet.
You're not due for the other ones. Yeah, that's my apologies. I
All right.
thought it was 2 years, but no.
So fast forward a few days later, I went and took the car into the dealership, and I met the receptionist. And then I asked her directly, sorry, because I just said to her, you know what, we weren't really sure. The guy that spoke to me on the phone wasn't so sure. So I asked her again, when do I need to be doing my service? And she said, oh, it's 2 years. 2 years. And I was like, but it's 2 years. So that means I shouldn't be doing service now then. Because I heard online that some said you should be 15, 18 and 20,000. And she goes, oh no, you should do service 10 years or 2 years, whichever comes first. And I was like, 10,000? No, that should. And then she goes, oh, don't worry, we'll take care of you. And I just, at that point, I gave up and I just left it. And to be frank with you, at this point, I was about to leave and not do the service because I wasn't going to pay £259 if no one actually really knew if I should be doing it or not. And instead I'm being told, don't worry, we'll take care of you. For £259, I really don't need you to just take care of me. But yes, I decided to go ahead for the sake of this video, so I could just use this as another informative video to put out there. So again, I brought up the issue of the pollen filter and the brake fluid, and to be honest, the result or the answer I got was just as confused as the guy over the phone the previous day. So to cut it short, we had to leave that and put it into a to-do list. So I'm waiting for the dealership to get back to me to tell me at what mileage or at what year do I actually need to have my pollen filter changed, or do I need to have my brake fluid changed? Bear in mind, I understand this depends on how often you drive or how many years and that. But at the end of the day, everything you get in your car as to when to service and all that, these are all based on recommendations from the car manufacturers, which in this situation, we have no recommendation in terms of what to hold on to as you would in many other vehicles. A lady came up later on and went to the wrong person. That's fine, it's a mistake, called the wrong person my name, and the guy looked so lost, like, hold on, that's not my car. And then until then she realized, okay, maybe it's the wrong person, and then she called the name again. I was like, oh yeah, that's me. So she goes, okay, yeah, your car's gonna be in very soon, it's just been washed now. I'm like, that's fine, no problem. And the lady came back later on, my car's ready, time to pay. And then she goes, your total cost is £54 something for MOT. I'm like, hold on, my car's not due for MOT.
Oja, sorry, yeah. Hi, I'm just waiting for your car to be brought around now.
All right.
All right, be enough 5 minutes.
No worries.
The car's just been brought around, sorry for the delay there.
All right,
get it out
no worries.
A lot of other cars. So it's £54.85 to pay for your MOT.
Okay. MOT? I don't have MOT.
What are you having done?
It's on. It's a service.
You're having do you want to come over?
All right. It's a brand new car, so it shouldn't be due for MOT.
got another customer written down there, sorry. Okay, so you've got nothing to pay, have you, today? Because it's you're on service. Oh no, 259.96 to pay.
So I was supposed to have someone was supposed to go through with me for the service plan.
The service plan?
Yes,
no
so
problem. Sorry? Yes, please. Yeah, thank you. I've not set one up before, so I'm just going to get Liz to come and sit in with me and just help me through. So I have the service plan link. Laura sent it to me.
I actually tried to do that yesterday online, but it shows that I could, but then so I go through it, just doesn't let me.
Oh, okay.
It's just, I don't know if it's because it's a new car, but everyone seems not to know much about what's going on with it.
You can save it for the future.
Okay.
This one?
So did you want the service plan or did you want the all-in plan?
What I know the service plan obviously, so the all-in plan would include the maintenance, I suppose.
Yep, so that includes two full services, two MOTs for the next 2 years, and your warranty cover, and that's $33.45 a month.
Warranty cover.
Yeah, so that's
How old is the car?
it's brand
just
new.
under a year.
So
You won't can't get all in. No, so it's just the service.
so
It's
it's
just
just
because your
service.
car is already under
It's
warranty.
on. That's why I was asking warranty.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, we're not able to allocate service plan for your car. Please visit.
That's why I was getting.
Are you sure you don't have any plan?
Nope.
When we are not able to set a service plan for customer.
Why are you not able to?
No, yes, on service plan saying not able to set the service plan for customer. Do you think it's because there's already a plan or something?
What's the reg? And I'll tell you. Is LO21
It's showing on one lane.
D2.
But then you know what happened is when I did you put the mileage on? Because when I actually put 10,000 miles where it asked me to put mileage, I can actually select a plan. But then if I put the mileage, the current mileage, it comes up with that message. So
Yeah, it's not even letting us set it up. I've got a feeling it's an ID3.
See, mine found it.
it's just
You're just found
Mine found it, but then it was when I put the mileage in, like Mr. Oko said,
yeah.
then just said 23,000. Oh, it's not finding it now. It literally just did that.
what I'd do is you'd have to speak to, or an email, you'd have to email them. Let me see if I can email them and see if they can
Put it in lowercase. That's how I found it.
put it in lowercase.
And that's when it comes up. Computers, eh?
it's crazy.
Shall I go and have an ask with?
Yeah.
We'll just find out from someone else.
No worries.
Just waiting for to be free. She's
No
the best
worries.
person who can get back to me.
No.
Doesn't know either. He's like, that's really strange. Maybe it's like a glitch somewhere.
Do I get like a service report?
Oh, you'd get an email, you get a
Email.
You can get a printout. We are going to pay for
All right.
everybody, just get a printout
All
of
right.
the service.
Is 23,768. They don't do one for it. Oh, okay. Do you know why that is?
I should take care of the website then.
It's got it in sales.
Okay, lovely. All right, thank you for your help anyway. Thank you, bye.
Thanks, Ed.
It might be confusing if there's on the website, it's got price on it and they don't do one for it.
He said to contact Volkswagen FS. Yeah, okay. You want to keep trying?
Well, if you want, if you can,
as long
that's
as I'm happy to
yeah.
wait,
I'm happy.
to keep trying, no problem.
Great.
That's all right. A retail service plan. The first service. Okay. Can I just mention, it might be of interest to you, if we change the mileage to 10,000, it then gives us the option to take out a service plan?
Hello, this is Dr. Andrews. This is it, Greenwater Street Man. We've got a service with us tomorrow. Yeah, what time would you like to drop off?
So the customer's currently on 23,000, but if we put the mileage down to 10,000, it then allows us to process. It just won't process on 23,000. So I don't know if it's something, there's obviously an issue with that mileage, but I'm just not sure why.
Anything over
There would be
10,000
a limit.
wouldn't work. Hey, mate. Ah, there you go.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yeah. That's all I can think of it being. Okay, have you got the email address? And I'll take that.
So, just in case you have forgotten where we're at, now that was
SCM mailbox.
VWFX, and that should have been the solution to our problem. But nope, not just yet. We've been given another contact, and this time around, it is an email address, so which means
Lovely.
we should not be expecting
Okay,
this
I
to
will
be
email. Do you know
resolved
how long it
today.
takes to get back to you? Okay, lovely. Okay, well, thank you for your help anyway, and thank you for trying.
Hello, good
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
afternoon.
I've been given an email address
All right,
that
so
can take up to 48 hours.
yeah, we're just gonna sort that payment through, and then hopefully they get back
I
to
will
you.
email it over, and then I will contact you and let you know.
No worries.
I've tried my best.
Yeah, I mean at this point.
And I'll speak to her when she's here. She's still with us.
All right.
Okay, get your payment up and running,
No worries.
and then you can leave us.
Hopefully.
So it was 259.96 to pay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
And then just into
Yeah, the other thing I was trying to find out earlier on is the pollen filter. I believe that should be changing based on how much miles you've done.
mileage, yeah.
But I've been told apparently 2 years. Because the rate at which I'm driving, by the time it's 2 years, I'll probably be at about 50,000 miles.
Yeah.
Which,
Let me just speak to Ashley because he's a master tech.
no worries.
Actually, sorry to
Move card.
Thank you. So it is every 20,000 miles.
Every 20,000. Wait a minute. He said every 20,000 miles. Now, apparently, this is the same person, I believe, if I'm right, who I went out with in the car earlier on and told me he was in charge of software updates for the cars. So, if this is the same person, but then this car was the same car you were on earlier on with 23,000 miles while it was being serviced, and this has not been advised to be changed. So this is where the problem is. Everyone seems to be on a different page, and it makes the owners confused as to who to believe. And this is so much of a confusion, just as much as the infotainment system in the car is confusing. That's weird. Because I've been told over the phone the other day I don't need to do a pollen filter change yet because it's only the first year.
Right, well,
because if that was the case, then I should have had it changed on this occasion. But obviously, I was told not to because it's just under a year and it's just 20,000.
service you had today.
Yeah, well, it's the first one, so
So at your major service, so they essentially wouldn't change that for another.
yeah, because it's only under a year. So, but then 20,000 miles for
In another year.
well, so this is what I mean. We have another.
Right, we're going to add this to the
Add
list.
that to it,
yeah,
please.
We're going to add that to. So we need Right, so got your key there.
All right, thank you.
Right, I'll send that email off today. As soon
All
as I get a
right.
response, I will forward it on to you.
Okay.
Or give you a call and let you know
right.
where we're at and if I have any resolution for you.
All right.
Fingers crossed I get somewhere.
I'm
But I'm
hoping.
interested to find out now.
Please.
We will come up against this another point
Please,
as well.
yeah.
So
So I get an email for this service.
I'll send you over an
All
invoice,
right.
yeah.
Great, thank you. All right then.
Okay, well, lovely
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
You too. Now, the biggest other aspect that I was expecting was about software update, and that I had to shut that down just as soon as I started, because I asked the lady about software update, and I asked her, I wasn't so sure because I heard that the software 3.0 you need to bring the car into the dealership to have that software update, to have that update installed. Oh yeah, I don't think there's been a service recall on your car. Let me check if there's a service recall. I'm like, sorry, no, I don't mean a recall. There's no recall for the car. I mean an update, like it's a software update. It's supposed to, improve some features in the car and, get me some new features in that. And she still went on about the service recall, and she did a check immediately. Oh, there's no service recall. I'm like, yeah, there's no service recall. I know that, but I was told by the guy who booked me in for the service that yes, there is an update. And I know there is an update. There's 2.4 and there's 3.0. Right now I've got free, I'm 2.3. So I was hoping at least, even if not 3.0, at least I'll get the 2.0 on this visit. But yeah, so if you're expecting to have an update if you're going for service, at this point, I don't think that's going to happen yet. At least maybe not yet. But it would have been a standard thing. If you're expecting an over-the-air update, but you happen to go in for a service, they should just put that in standard. I would have thought that would have been what it is. But I was quite disappointed again when the car got back and I checked in and it was just the same 2.3 update. If I had that update and nothing else was done to the car, I think I would have been so excited. And that just broke the ice. And it was just like I was robbed today. £259 and 63 pence. And 3 hours later, I still don't even know if anything was done to the car because the car drives just like I dropped it. At least when I took my car for service with Kia, the car smells different when I take it away because they managed to make the effort to put air freshener. This was not the same in this case. It was just like it was wiped clean, not dusted inside. But anyways, that's by the way. But the point I'm trying to make is that I paid £259 for this service and I have no evidence to show for it other than a service invoice, not a service report, just an invoice. And I'm going to be calling them up later on in the next few days to chase this up, and if I get one, hopefully there'll be something written on it to show you guys later on. So yes, this was it, and that was my experience. So if you're really expecting anything big, any answers to your questions so far, all I would say at the moment is nothing. But should you do a first year inspection, I probably would say no, because of what I found after I did my inspection. I saw on VW's website on one of their page. I can't even remember again how I got there, but I took a screenshot of it, which is what I showed earlier on. It says standard, I can't remember how it says it, but standard inspection or service or something like that. It is 24 months, no limit or unlimited mileage for the ID family. So I did mine because I was worrying and I didn't want to be in breach of my warranty just in case anything was to happen later on. But with that screenshot, I think you can hold on to that so that in case later on VW comes and say, you know what, you were in breach of your warranty, then you can show them that because it has their website or web link on it as well. So yeah, that's my only little advice. But if you've got some change to spare and you don't mind, then of course that's your personal decision. You can go ahead and make the service. But at this point, it just seems like everyone and anyone kind of on a different page. Now, bear in mind, I'm not trying to blame the individuals in this situation through the conversations that you've heard. Car manufacturers should make an effort to have someone that's trained properly at these dealerships to answer these questions when people come in, or at least have a dedicated number that the dealerships can reach out to when questions like this come in. It doesn't seem professional when you ask a question, and through this whole service there was about 6 to 7 different contacts that were made to find out if polling filter should be changed and when, or particularly to do with this the service plan, and no one knew. Polling filter was another story. Still till today, I have no clue, and the dealership has no clue, and they're waiting for someone. Now, I didn't even push on about the brake fluid because I don't even have that time to sit for different calls for that again. So it's just too much to be answered, and I hope that this is going to be resolved as soon as possible. But I wouldn't be counting on that so much, because the app for the ID connection to the car and all that still lacking behind a lot as well, and it's over 2 years now, and I expect that to have improved. But anyways, that's the case, and this is it. So I hope that this you find is informative, or at least helps you in a way. But if there's anything that I missed or any question that I didn't answer, I know I forgot some things that were probably discussed through the service and that. But maybe if you ask below in the comment, then I would respond if I can remember, and if not, I'll see if I can find out from the dealership when they get through to me. So thanks for watching if you've gone this far, and I hope you're having a good time with your ID3, and hopefully you have a better experience than I did. So yep, that would be it for today, and I should be posting some few more videos about the ID3, specifically the ACC, so the adaptive cruise control on the motorway, and some in town, and also some features that I have on the 2.3 that actually seem like a 2.4 or 3.0 software update, but I seem to have it in my 2.3. But anyways, I'll be showing that and updating or uploading that shortly. So yep, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.